Carolina, Minnesota, New Orleans, who you are seeing this week, played the Dolphins, as you're calling that game on Fox, and then San Francisco. Those are the only teams that have buys left. No buys this week on Thanksgiving week, and then those are the 4 teams in Week 14, meaning those are the only 4 teams that have 5 games left. Everybody else, it's a 6-game run to the playoffs from their current positions or playing out strings. That said, is the setup. Taking a look at the standings in each conference just to set everything up. Start with the NFC. Rams are, in my estimation, the best team in football. I came to know your thoughts on the subject matter. And then you've got 8-3 teams in Philadelphia and Chicago as your division leaders. Seattle as the top wild card team. The Bucks hanging on as everybody's dropping there. Maybe they get Bucky Irving back. They currently lead the NFC. You got the Seahawks at 8-3, Packers 7-3-4, Niners 8-4 with the Lions at 7-4, Cowboys at 5-5-1. My setup for you, sir. What are you looking to see over the last 6 weeks in the NFC? What are you most curious about in the NFC? What you need to see or you're eager to look forward to over the last 6 weeks, Mark?
Yeah, well, the NFC West is just unreal, right? With San Francisco winning last night, didn't look good. Brock Purdy throwing 3 interceptions, but the NFC West with the Rams, and I agree with you, they're the best. They look like the best team in football without question. I think the Seahawks are a really good football team, very balanced. Think about the decisions that they have made as just an organization. And John Schneider's done just such an unbelievable job. One, he said, hey, man, it's time for Pete Carroll. We're going to part ways with Pete Carroll. Brings in McDonald. McDonald's done a phenomenal job. Gets rid of DK Metcalf. Makes the decision on Sam Darnold. Says, hey, man, Sam Darnold, the one thing about this dude is he's just a dude. Like, we love him. He's a dude. And guys respect his journey. Guys respect the work that he's put in to get where he's at. All these decisions that you made to say, hey, DK Metcalf, you've been our number one guy, but we think Smith-Njigba is going to take off. And he has just been as exceptional as anybody in football. So they're a really good team. I would probably put them as the second best team in the NFC right now. And then you got a bunch of other, teams fighting for their spot. But the Rams clearly the best right now, and I think Seattle's really intriguing to me as well.
Yeah, and I would go with the NFC North. I can't wait to see how this plays out. Right, you got the Bears at 8-3, and then a half game behind of the Packers and 1 game behind of the Lions, who play the Bears in Chicago to finish the season. The Packers have yet to play the Bears twice at all. They play them twice, and the Lions take on the Packers on Thanksgiving. How this thing plays out is fascinating to me because what you just said in the NFC West, you can't get 3 teams in from both divisions. Somebody's going to be left without a chair, and the Cowboys have come on strong. We'll see how that plays out with the Chiefs on Thanksgiving Day. I'm curious to see how the North finishes up. That's my big question mark over the last 6 weeks here.
Yeah, I was looking at Chicago today, and I just kept thinking to myself, man, there's no way Chicago can they continue on this run? And you look at their last 6 weeks, man, they have got a brutal schedule with a couple games you mentioned against the Packers, Detroit to finish up. They've got Philadelphia. Like every team they have coming up, you see it. Cleveland is probably the only one there, but San Francisco playing pretty good football right now, albeit the 3 interceptions that Brock Purdy threw last night. Like that's a brutal schedule coming down the stretch for the Chicago Bears.
But you also point out it's a linchpin of not just, again, the NFC North, but also the NFC playoff picture. Certainly, they're taking on Philadelphia this weekend, battle of the Eastern and Northern division leaders of Thanksgiving week, the 2 and 3 seeds in the NFC. And if they don't win the division, Chicago, based on other results, that San Francisco game could be about who has the seat and who doesn't in the wild card, right? Like that game itself. So that's a huge, Chicago might be the through line here, if you think about it.
It really is. It's really fascinating how tightly packed all these teams are at the top of their divisions, and it'll be fascinating to watch it as the NFL does such a great job of scheduling things and making sure that all these games, all these divisional games, for the most part, are late and they're meaningful. And certainly we have that in the NFC North.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.